evening, all my little papoos. It's Sister Vine here with you tonight, and, well, it's going to be a bit of a story time, and for good reason. For one thing, notice the view has changed. Mostly because I have moved to the opposite corner of the room. Yay! Improvements in life! Mostly. The process is still ongoing. The new desks themselves have not gotten here yet, but we did make some progress. And that's what Storytime is about tonight. What went on Sunday. So, Saturday night, I did a good job of making sure my desk was empty of all my stuffs. It's currently in a tote down there. And so Sunday morning, after I checked my email and stuff, turned my computer off, and proceeded to move it over to the other corner of the room. This wasn't too eventful. Minor things had to happen. Unplug everything, sit it all on the couch where it'll be nice and safe for a few moments. Move the desk into the physical location, put the hardware on top of and in the desk, etc. Plug everything in as much as you can, the way it was currently set up. Finish moving the couch to its new location, which is back there, behind me. Daisy sitting on it. This is Renna. See her a little bit. There's Renna. And Pixie. Caddy is about dead center behind me, so you can't see him. And that couch is where my desk used to be. Well, the Daisy head end of it specifically. Now, we got everything physically moved over here, got my computer plugged in, turned it on, made sure it, powered up. No network yet because I had to rerun the network cables. The router lives over there. That's where it comes into the house, so that's the source point where the internet service provider router lives. And until now, we had a cable running under the carpet, the rug we have in the room on top of the carpet, to go up to the second floor office. Ran under the rug, around, up through a closet in the next room, and then back around into the office. Sounds a lot more complicated than it really is. It's actually a pretty straight run. So, I relocated the small 8-port switch. For all you non-computer people, that's just kind of like a networky thing that you can plug more computer bits into. It's a smarter one than the absolute cheapest thing, but it is not a router in of itself. So I moved the 8-port switch from that side of the room, which I'd used for more items because where the router was initially was both computers, the line to upstairs, the printer, the PS3 was plugged in there, and occasionally a laptop, occasionally other items. So we had a switch there for additional jacks. That moves over here where my desk is now. This is more or less normal. That's fine. And I got that all plugged in, ran the wires for it, plugged everybody in, and made sure the internet worked. It was just ducky. Everything was fine. Temporarily running the cable under the carpet again, but full intention once the desks get here to run a line up and over a door frame and tack it into place securely with cable tacks. We have some of those. I've had them for about 3.5 years. I just haven't gotten around to it. So, yeah, I just didn't do it yet. I'm bad at things. But once the new desks get in, I will do that as more of a permanent situation. So that's as far as I was hoping to get. Also, at the same time I was working on that, Autumn moved his desk slightly. He's still about the same location, which is directly to my left. Used to be to my right. Now he's to my left. I know, big changes in life. So he just turned his desk from facing that wall to facing this wall, the one that I'm facing now. And there's a doorway between us, which is where you go towards the kitchen, which is where I'm going to run a line over the door frame and back over towards where the router is. Again, this is not actually that complicated, just kind of tedious, and I don't want to do that until I've made more of a permanent spot for the router and the desks are in place, etc., etc. Just want to be thorough before I, nail cables to walls. Right now, the yellow cable going under the carpet can be moved. It has choice. As soon as I nail a cable to the wall, choice is expired. Holes have been made at that point, and people will be blamed. So, everything was great. I'd moved the desk. Heck, I even took time to go out and get Pokemon Go items. I left the house, drove around, spun some stops. Yay, got eggs. It's a thing. Came home and thought, I'll start moving stuff off the TV stand because that was also over there, and now I was moving over here. Because Autumn wanted some bookshelves over there, and having the TV over here makes a lot more sense. So TV stand was going to move over, and I just started moving stuff off of it just to clean it off. Once my desk was out of the way, it was easier to get to some of the stuff that I'd lost down next to it between it and the TV stand. And I cleaned that up and took some stuff off the TV stand that we hadn't been using for years already. The PS2 and the Wii went into the cabinet. They're off zone right now. They're not surrendered to goneness. They're just not on the front lines. And that's okay. Sometimes it's okay. The TV still has a couple things plugged into it, the Roku and the PS3 as Blu-ray player. And maybe it's game player, we'll see. So those things moved over there. I managed to move it because, well, by the time I'd moved a little bit, I'm just like, well, all that's left is the TV, the PS3, and the Roku. And it's a cart with wheels. So I was like, all right, TV's a flat now. Let's pick it up, lift it up, sit on the couch. Still right behind me and still clean. I hadn't messed that up yet. Give me a couple days. Wheeled the little cart over, pulled its power strip from the other wall, went to plug it in, and the TV wouldn't turn on. I'd plugged in the same outlet my computer's working on. TV wouldn't turn on. It would kind of come on. It would like flash on. The Roku's on HDMI 1, so that's what the TV was at. So as I turn it on, it would flash HDMI 1 at the bottom, and then kind of go into flickery. I'd unplug it, plug it back in. Same exact thing. This is weird. Computer's in that same outlet. Am I just drawing too much energy and the computer's eating it all? So, frustrated as I am at this point, this is annoying. I tried plugging the TV's power strip into my computer's power strip because there's still some free outlets, and I figure if it's just the second plug in the outlet that's got a problem, I can replace that. It's not that difficult if it's just a bad wall outlet, but no, plug it into my computer's power strip, still flickers, still doesn't do the thing. And it was about this time that I noticed when the TV turned on, the lights in the room started to flicker. Now, first thoughts are, okay, it's not just that I'm pulling too much energy from this outlet. Am I pulling too much from this room? Like, nothing in this setup has not already been in this room for like 3 years. Well, technically the printer changed out about 1.5 years ago, but I mean, nothing else in the room has physically changed. Same TV. In fact, there's less stuff plugged in because the Wii and the PS2, which were on sleep mode this whole time, are now in a cabinet in another room. And I was like, what's going on? The lights are flickering. Autumn came up with the idea. Huh, lights are flickering. Well, let's see if we turn the lights off and everything works. Oh. Oh, that's when the bad happened. As soon as we turned the light off, immediately the TV went totally off, as did my computer. Now, this is one of the few rooms in the house that has an overhead light in this house. Almost every other room in the house has a power outlet. Generally, the top outlet on every outlet in the room is controlled by the light switch, so you can have your position lights in wherever you want in the house, in the room. This is okay in rooms like the upstairs bedrooms where we just put a torchliere in there and just go, fine. Plug that in one of the outlets. That's where the light comes from. Living room, we have two big torchliers, one in each corner. You probably see those occasionally in my videos, full suit videos. At least you see one of them is on that end of the room. So, why was it affecting both ports on this outlet? Why is it affecting any ports of this outlet? This is the room with a ceiling light. So we found out this one outlet, the only outlet on this entire section of wall, like there's a corner here, there's a doorway there, around my desk physically is my little peepee desk. The remaining wall, it's heading out towards that direction. That's the doorway the living room used to see behind my videos. There's one outlet right here to my right, and it's controlled by that light switch. The reason why, multiple reasons why this is bad. One, that would mean we'd have to have the light switch on at all times for the switch to be on. The switch which has the network cable coming from the main router here to upstairs in our office where we work. So theoretically, at that point, we have to then have the light on to have internet upstairs. The light on in this room here. Okay, that's a bit of a problem. We'll be able to work around this. And we found out why then the TV wasn't coming on. It wasn't because it was a light switch. It's because we, Autumn mostly, installed a dimmer switch on this light. Because well, you may feel like it's super nice and bright in here. It's great. That means you must have like the amount of the sun going on. No, actually, we got the lowest voltage, lowest wattage LED bulbs we could find that were dimmer capable and put them in this chandelier. It's a 5-bulb chandelier. It's not fancy, it's just that's the type of light. It's a hanging thing. So it has a dimmer switch. It's down about maybe a quarter to a third normally. And it is right now. This is it, not at full power. We rarely ever turn all the way up. So, as soon as we figured out that it was the light switch controlling this power outlet, you're like, well, what if I turn that all the way up? Lo and behold, as soon as you put the dimmer switch to maximum power, the TV turned on just fine. This is not a solution. Here's why. One, we do not want this room to be the brightness of the sun at all times. In fact, Autumn really likes it whenever you can turn the light down in the evening and have it darker. It helps me get to sleep easier. I can understand this. Not how I work, but if it makes him better, that's good. But we can't turn the light off because that would turn off my computer, the TV, and the switch. So, the future solution that has come out of all of this mess is, as I tack that Ethernet cable up and around the door frame, there's also going to be a power cord, preferably a white, long extension cord, going up and around that door frame, over to the other side of the room, where all the outlets are fine and do not work off of said light switch. There's two version light switches. There's a regular switch here, a dimmer switch over there. There's two switches for the room. But one dimmer makes the whole thing dimmable, so it's logic for you for anyone that was losing that. So, yeah. The for now solution until we get the desks physically in is I went up to the garage, got Big Orange. Big Orange is plugged into the wall over there. That way. Goes under the rug with the Ethernet cable. It's over here on the floor. And my power strip is plugged into Big Orange. And Big Orange is powering both me and the TV. And it's fine. I mean, Big Orange is rated for a lot. It's a heavy-duty power cable. So we're going to have to look for a heavy-duty white extension cord to run around the room until we can get an electrician out here to unroute that power outlet somehow from the light switches. So that was our adventure on Sunday. Other than that, the moving stuff went fine. I'm actually really happy with my better view. Because, I mean, like, behind me you can see my X-Wing miniatures on my shelves there. There's the science books on the science shelf. Actually, those are all science books from my grandparents. Kind of cool. And Bundo's on that shelf because it's a tall book. And it's the Better Bundo book. The Better Bundo book. With the bow tie from John Oliver. We promote the Better Bundo book. I made my whole family read it. And they liked it. So yeah, better view from behind me. And my buddy Fett's on the wall too. He needed a home anyway, so he's up there. But we do have a few more improvements to make over the next couple weeks as things get in here. I did order the two desks. They'll be here on the 30th, so yeah. It's the 14th as of today as I'm recording this, so a bit over 2 weeks. Wednesday, and it's a Monday, so, 2 weeks and 2 days. That's not too bad. And many of you are probably saying, well, why didn't you just wait till you got the desks here and then just move things once you got a desk in the place? Okay, here's why. One, if I'd done all that and found out the power outlet was bad after everything was physically in place like that, I would be going crazy. This, I was just grumpy. I had to reroute things and learn from my maneuver. Two, I wasn't just moving a desk and replacing it where another desk was. I had to move the couch. I had to rerun where the network stuff was. I had to move the TV stuff. I had to move the printer, which is now sitting in a corner. We're going to put it on an end table. It's upstairs. It just hasn't happened yet. And we want to have the desks in before we buy some more bookshelves to put over there. There. I'm trying to point whenever my arm's off screen. On that wall, next to Autumn's desk, because bookshelves make him happy, and they're places to put things. So, doubly good. Yeah. And of course, I'll move some more of my art stuff around, because you can see next to Mr. Fett is one of my mini arts. It'll move over here back to where my desk is. But I don't want to go hanging art before the hutch of the new desk is physically in place, because even though I've measured how high it's supposed to be, I don't want to bump the poster as I'm putting it up. Stuff sitting on top of the desk might make things a little taller. I want to make decisions once I have everything physically located here. Whew. So to say the least, fun times. But for now, TV's good. I'm pointing at it. You can't see it. It's off camera. My desk is good. You can see part of the TV stand. It's that light brown thing there with a little itty-bitty notepad sitting on it. That's the grocery list. It found a temporary home, too. will be happy to not need to use the TV trays for extended space. There's one directly to my rightness here. And they used to, we both currently are still using them because we both still have our 40 to 41 inch desks. Can't remember exactly how much I measured it the other day, but it's like 40.5 inches. And they're really shallow, so there's barely enough space for the bases of my monitors and my big old mechanical keyboard to not be running off the edge of the desk. So we got nice big 60 by 60 L corner desks here coming in with hutches on the top. So this desk does not have hutches. These desks don't have hutches. And the only spaces they have on the right side here, there are two little kind of cubbyhole sections that are, I don't know, maybe 8 inches tall at maybe 6. I didn't measure them. I just get annoyed by them. And a small cabinet on the bottom. I don't even think you can fit a micro tower in that thing. But it's a little like cabinety door on the bottom portion of it. It'd be nice to have a desk with several drawers, lots of shelving units, and a cubby and all the stuff on the top of the hutch. I'm going to make so much use of all that space. And we got some new monitors coming in, so we should be up to 3 monitors again. I missed having more monitors than 2 at my fun space, and we're going to fix that. Make better use of all them extra inches by putting another 27-inch monitor on the space. And don't worry, we have video cards that can handle that. We're going to be okay. So yeah, it's been about a day, and that was yesterday. This video has been rather long. I do apologize. It's a long story about a lot of things that happened. I am probably going to upload this one tonight too, so you'll get to see it right away. Other good news, this makes it easier for when Autumn comes downstairs, so he doesn't worry about having to be in camera view when I'm recording. That was a problem before. Now you can come down the stairs, come in that doorway to my right, out left, that you can't see, get to his desk, and be happy while I'm finishing a video if so necessary. He hasn't snuck down yet. I'm not sure exactly what time it is. He's about done with work too. Yay! Whew. I'm about all out of breath. That was fun. Looking forward to probably the first weekend in January that we'll assemble at least one of the 2 desks. Probably do one at a time just to be on the safe side. That's a lot of work. And get it all did. Get it did. Put all the TV trays back away. Get that little stand from upstairs that's not really doing anything anyway, and make the printer live on that. The router's going to live on that too. It's going to be a happy corner. Happy corner over there. Way over there. By Mr. Fett. And where Minnie's currently sitting. Mr. Fett's going to stay there for now. So, keep an eye on you when I'm recording. So if any of you have actually managed to make it all the way through this, I appreciate your diligence in listening to my babbling for today and my thoughts on electricity. Room moving. Such a fun time. But it has actually made our space feel a lot bigger already. And we haven't even got the new desks in yet. So looking forward to getting all finished. So, if you could, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know when your last desk move was and how that went. I'd love to hear if you had any fun, interesting things, like figure out where a power outlet was not supposed to be on a light switch, but was. Yeah. Patreon links in the description box below. You can help pay for some of this chaos if you do so. Even if something just becomes a story, anything I buy does help make this channel more fun. But for now, I'm going to go relax. Maybe play a video game. Something. You all be good little puppies, and I will see you again pretty soon. Baku baku.